Xbox held their 2023 game showcase yesterday, and I just want to take some time to tell you what I think about it and everything that they showed off. The thing is, Xbox has been trash lately. Absolutely horrible, if I'm just being honest. I think Xbox One was less appealing for gamers than maybe any console that came before it. Like, what are you even supposed to play on that thing? Like Sunset Overdrive? I mean, there's no games. There's no games. So going into the next generation, my eyes are definitely on Xbox to see if they can improve, perhaps get back to their glory days. Think about Xbox 360 and how good that was. I want them to get back to that. And Sony's been in a bit of a slump lately. They haven't really been releasing that many great games. So I was thinking, is Xbox gonna take advantage of that and really kick ass in this showcase? And actually, they kind of did, to my surprise. The first game they showed off was Fable, which I'm really happy about, and I think that's gonna be a good game. But the problem is, the trailer they showed was in-engine, but it might as well have been a CGI trailer. The facial animations were really impressive, but outside of that, we didn't really see any actual gameplay. The trailer did include little snippets of what kind of looked like gameplay, but it was nothing significant. I couldn't really get anything from it myself. But either way, the trailer was funny and it was whimsical, and I really enjoyed it, and I think that it sets a good tone, and I have faith that this game will end up being pretty good. I was not expecting to see Star Wars Outlaws at this showcase, but it got me hyped. I'm a sucker for basically anything Star Wars, and so when this trailer dropped, I was hyped. The game takes place in between Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi, which is actually a really cool era for Star Wars, and it's not something that we usually get to explore. It seems like you play the role of a woman named Kay who is trying to pull off a heist to get enough credits to get away from the Empire. It sounds really great. It's made by Ubisoft, by the way, so you can kind of expect a classic Ubisoft open world here, which I guess is fine. I think it's going to be pretty exciting, but we didn't get to see any gameplay from it. Similar to Fable, it was just an in-engine CGI kind of trailer. We got a release date for Forza Motorsport. We're looking at October 10th of this year, and I'm pretty excited for this. I've always been a big Forza guy, so I'm looking forward to playing this game, as I think this one's going to kind of be like the end-all be-all for Forza games. I think this is just going to be the game that they focus on for a long period of time. I expect this to have a pretty long life cycle, so I'm pretty excited to get my hands on this one. I kind of expect it to be a live service product, so I'm interested to see how they're going to monetize this. Our car is going to be hella expensive. Like, how is all that gonna work? They didn't really show us anything at the showcase. We didn't get to see really any actual gameplay outside of a few small snippets. It's what you expect, though. I don't expect it to reinvent the wheel. It's just gonna be more Forza, so I'm not that worried about that. But I do think there are two things that I would like for them to change about this game that I don't actually expect them to change, but I'll mention them anyway. The first is I'd like to see better collision physics in Forza. When I slam into a wall going 200 miles an hour, I'm gonna need to get a little bit more than a broken mirror. Something more has to happen there. I don't expect that they'll change this. It's been the same forever. I don't expect that it'll get any better in this game, but I would like to see it get better eventually. The other thing I'd like them to add is better customization. Forza does a really good job with the sticker system where you can do whatever the hell you want on the outside of your car, and people do wild cars in this game with the decal system on the outside of the car. But I'd really like to see actual body kits and more like external customization for the car, better wings, better bumpers, side skirts. And they've never really done this with Forza, and I think it's about time that they do it, because as much as Forza dominates the racing game landscape, they don't really have that impressive of a car customization system, so I'd really like to see them improve that. There is nothing that they showed at this showcase that I am more excited to play than Cities Skylines 2. I'm jacked. Man, I love City Skylines. I have hundreds of hours in the first game, and I will put hundreds of hours into this one as long as it's good. Don't fuck it up or I'll be pissed. I have high hopes for the second game. They should have learned so much from the first game with all the mods and all the community feedback. This game really should be good. And from the little snippets of gameplay that we got to see in the trailer, it does look good. I will not bore you with all of my hopes and dreams, because I could make an hour-long video about that by itself. But the one thing that I do want to see is mixed use zoning. We have got to have mixed use zoning in City Skylines 2. No ifs, ands, or buts. I don't have time for excuses. Figure it out. I guess we'll see as we get closer to launch, but we haven't really seen that much about this game so far, so my hopes are still very high, even though they haven't shown that. And yeah, we got a release date. It's going to be October 24th, 2023. I am jacked Just don't screw it up or I'm gonna be pissed, man. I thought Still Wakes the Deep looks pretty cool. It looks like a cool horror game that's gonna be set on like an abandoned oil rig, which I think is a pretty interesting and unique place for a horror game to take place. My only reason for pause on this one is that it's made by a company called like the Chinese Room or something like that. They made Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs, and they made the game called Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, which I remember seeing and it looked bad and then it was bad. So neither of those games were good, and this is their third crack at making a game like this, and I'm still gonna try this one because I think it looks really cool, but I'm not gonna get excited for it because, like I said, this company doesn't have a great track record. I'm gonna do a little rapid fire round here with a bunch of the stuff that I wanted to talk about, but that I don't have a ton to say about, so let's go. First up, we've got Cyberpunk 2077's expansion called Phantom Liberty. I think it looks cool. I've never played Cyberpunk because it was busted when it came out, but I might give it a shot and make a video on it because Starfield's got me itching for an RPG. But this looks really cool, and I'm glad to see that this game's back on track, so I hope that this gives the community something that they can be excited about finally with that game. Overwatch 2 is a dog shit game. The developer sucks, and I hate it. It's a terrible game. They showed off what looks like just recycled crap from their scrapped PvE mode. They canceled that, and they thought, oh, we got all this shit we got to use, so let's throw it into a trailer and give it to Xbox, and that's what they did. Overwatch 2 sucks. Blizzard sucks. I hate that game, and don't play it. I'm not a huge Sea of Thieves fan. I've tried playing it a couple times and I tend to get kind of bored, but this looked kind of cool to me. I've heard this game's gotten a lot of really good quality of life updates, and with this content getting added to the game, maybe I'll go back to it and give it another shot, but I thought this looked really cool. Sea of Thieves Monkey Island drops July 20th, 2023, so that looks kind of cool, and I might give it a shot. There's not a lot I can say about Payday 3, but I thought it looked cool. It looks like more Payday. That's good. It got a release date, September 21st, and it comes to Game Pass day 1. So I'll give it a shot because I might as well. It's on Game Pass, and that's it's always exciting. Clockwork Revolution looked really interesting. It kind of had like a BioShock Infinite steampunk vibe going on, and I thought it looked really cool. The idea, from what I can tell, is that you need to travel back in time to do things to impact the present, and you gotta go back to the present and figure stuff out. It looks kind of unique, and I'm kind of excited about it. Apparently it's gonna be an RPG, which I wasn't expecting, and I think that that's pretty cool. I think this is gonna be a unique and interesting experience, so I'm gonna keep my eyes on this, and hopefully we get to see more about this game soon. They showed off some gameplay for the new Microsoft Flight Simulator update, which looks really cool. You get all these new jobs that you can do, like mountain rescues, and you get to fly a skydiving plane and all kinds of other stuff, and I think this looks dope. It's gonna give us a reason to actually play that game. I like playing that game because it's it's remarkable technology, but there's nothing really to do in it from what I can tell. So this will be a cool little add-on, and you'll be able to do all these cool jobs, and I'll definitely be giving this one a try. I wanted to take a second to touch on Avowed. Obsidian's been working on this RPG game called Avowed for a while now, and they revealed a gameplay trailer at the showcase today. It looks kind of bad. Honestly, I wasn't really looking forward to this game, so I don't know that much about it, but I didn't really like how the gameplay looked. It looked very like plasticky and juvenile and not really becoming of the same studio that made Fallout New Vegas, in my view. And I know a lot of the community that's been excited about this game was disappointed with what they saw from it, so hopefully they make some improvements there, because Obsidian's a great studio, and I hope they get the thing together, because I'd like to play an RPG from them for sure, but this one it kind of just looked bad. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't have a lot to say about what we saw from Hellblade 2, but I did want to use it as an opportunity to bring up one of my biggest complaints with this entire showcase. I just want to see gameplay at these things. I don't want to see CGI trailers. I don't want to see movies. At the showcase, they had the Summer Game Showcase. It had like the Witcher TV show. Like, I don't care. I'm here for games, man. And this trailer was in-engine, as everything apparently was, but I don't really care if it's in-engine. I want to see in-game. I want to see gameplay of people doing stuff in the game. It's not a really big deal. I still really enjoyed the showcase, but I did want to mention this because Xbox hyped this event up as if it's all in-game. They said there is not a single trailer that is CGI only, but this Hellblade trailer was basically CGI only. It's just they did the CGI in the game engine. Like I said, it's not the end of the world, but it's something I wanted to bring up because it just felt a little bit misleading. One of my biggest takeaways from this entire presentation is the fact that they didn't mention Halo at all. I thought the content drought was over for Halo Infinite, and they didn't mention it at all. The new season for Infinite comes out in like 1 week, and they didn't talk about it. Isn't this a perfect place to plug the new season? Play a trailer for it, do something, get people hyped up. It's wild to me that in 2023, Microsoft can hold Xbox's biggest event of the year and not say the word Halo one time. It's crazy. They had new trailers for other live service games like Fallout 76 and, like I said, Overwatch 2 both got shout-outs at this for stuff coming to the game, and they didn't talk about Halo at all. It's so weird. I know that they're making a new Halo game, an Unreal Engine or something. Thank God, because Infinite blows. But you'd think they'd want to push this and try to get people engaged in that game, try to get people interested, because they said, oh, the content drought's over, guys, and then they don't even talk about it at their biggest event. I don't know, just rubbed me the wrong way, and I don't even like that game, so I'm sure the community is kind of confused, like what the hell is going on? There were a couple of games that I was expecting to see at the showcase that we didn't get to hear anything about. The first was Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl. I thought we'd get some information about this game because I thought it was supposed to come out this year, but we didn't get anything. Obviously, Ukraine is currently being invaded, and the studio that makes that game is located in Ukraine. I also thought we might get to see something about Gears of War 6. I thought we might get something. I know it's been rumored that that's in development for a while, and I thought this would be a good opportunity for them to show that off, but nothing there either. And one other thing, I wanted to see more about Arc 2. Last year we got that really goofy trailer where Vin Diesel pulls up on a dinosaur. I thought that was the funniest, stupidest thing. Like, what the hell is Vin Diesel doing? And I wanted to see what Vin was up to. What's he doing? And what's Vin Diesel doing on the dinosaur? I want to know what's going on.
God, you're so beautiful. God, she's so beautiful, man. Am I right or wrong?
But we didn't get that either. So there were a couple of things that we didn't get eyes on that I was hoping to see, but not that big of a deal, because overall, I think this showcase was great. And I was a little surprised by that. I didn't really expect much here. Like I said at the onset of the video, Xbox has been dogging it lately. I just didn't really expect that they would get anything out of this, but it was really good. I'm hyped about a lot of the games they showed off. They did a great job, you know, showing off a lot of great stuff back to back to back. I think it was a great showcase, and I'm excited to see more from all of these games that they showed off. You know, between Starfield, Forza, Fable, and everything else, I think Xbox has a pretty good year ahead of them, and it might be that Xbox is worth buying again if all of this goes well, which is super cool to see. And that's pretty much all I got. Thank you for watching. I'm out here, you know, I just did a video on Starfield Direct. I will link that at the end of the video. If you want to check that out, you can. I really liked it. I think Starfield looks incredible. And that's all I got. So I appreciate you watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, rest of your week, rest of your life. Let's go. I'll see you later. Peace.